Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, friends and families, to the 2025 Paso Robles High School commencement. Yes, it's a big deal, folks. My name is Jenny Martinez. My partner in crime, Jennifer Bedrosian, and I are honored to have been asked by the senior class to be your MCs for today's graduation. Today's event is being live streamed. You can see it online now at www.pasoschools.org/graduation. Now, please join us in welcoming the faculty of Paso Robles High School. Your Paso Robles High School Administration Principal, Megan Fletcher. Assistant Principal, Stuart Hamill. Assistant Principal, Rachel Gustafson. Assistant Principal, Michael Godsey. Assistant Principal, Gerald Braxton. And Athletic Director and Assistant Principal, Michael Surratt. Your Paso Robles High School counselors, Meg Guffey, class of 2025 counselor, Natalie Johnson, Alex Thompson, Lindsay Soto, Jessica Shatwell, Maria Munoz Gutierrez, Sadie Pedrin, next, please welcome your Paso Robles High School faculty. Ms. Duffy, Mrs. Mataisi, Mrs. Gardner, Mrs. Baldwin, Mr. Diaz, Mrs. Natalie Johnson, Mr. LeClaire, Mr. Garcia, Mrs. Goodnow, Mr. Surratt, Mrs. Tankersley, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Valadez, Mr. Chablis, Mrs. Cesares, Mr. Voorhees, Mrs. Roberts, Mr. Mount, Mr. Fry, Mrs. Brennensteiner, Mrs. Robiscotti, Mrs. Weiss, Mrs. Melendi, Mr. Delgado, and Silva, Mrs. Fuller, Mrs. Logan, Mrs. Pedrin, Mrs. Dowling, Mr. Wagner, and Mrs. Estabel. Now, please join us in welcoming your Paso Robles High School graduating class of 2025.
Families and friends, please join our graduates and rise for the presentation of colors by the United States Army.
Please remain standing and remove your hats to join our senior class Vice President, Hannah Burgo, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Place your right hand over your hearts. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, sung by our senior class Forte members.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, and please be seated. Behind every great institution is great leadership. We would like to take a moment to introduce to you a few of our distinguished guests at this time. Superintendent Jennifer Loftus. Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Erin Haley. Assistant Superintendent of Business, Brad Pawlowski. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Shauna Ames. And our Board of Trustees, Board President, Jim Cogan. Board Clerk, Sandra Williams. Trustee, Leo Castillo. Trustee, Kenny Enney. Trustee, Lorraine McCoy. Trustee, Joel Peterson. Trustee, Nathan Williams. Scott Buller, Chief Information Systems. And Student Board Representative, Brandon Nguyen. Now please welcome to the stage our own Superintendent, Jennifer Loftus.
One moment, please. Good evening, everyone. Students, families, faculty, staff, and all of our honored guests. It is a tremendous honor to stand before you tonight as the superintendent of the Paso Robles Joint Unified School District. And it's perhaps even more meaningful as a proud graduate also of this very high school. Coming back to serve the district that helped shape who I am has been one of the greatest privileges of my life. This past year, my first as your superintendent, has given me a deep appreciation for the strength, compassion, and commitment that defines this community. To the class of 2025, this is a night you'll never forget, a milestone, a celebration, and maybe even a little bit of a relief. You've made it. You've passed the tests. You've survived the group projects, and maybe even figured out how to submit your assignments at 11:59 p.m., perhaps even when the Wi-Fi only kind of works or doesn't work. That's the kind of 21st century skill that doesn't get enough credit. I hope you put it on your transcript somewhere. This is a big moment, but it's also just one step on a much bigger path. You've grown not just in knowledge, but in resilience. You've shown us what it looks like to lead with heart, to adapt, and to keep showing up, even when things get tough. As someone who once walked in your shoes, I want you to know this. This school is part of your story forever. Paso Robles has given you roots, and now it's your time to spread your wings. There are many, many more voices to talk this evening, each with its own message of encouragement and reflection. But as we begin this celebration, let me say how proud we are of you. You've earned this moment, and we are so glad to be sharing it with you this evening. Congratulations to the class of 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce our school site leader, principal of Paso Robles High School, Miss Megan Fletcher.
Hello, Bearcats. Superintendent Loftus, esteemed members of the Board of Trustees, cabinet members, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. Thank you for inviting me to share this special day with you. I stand here proud of your tremendous accomplishments, and I'm filled with excitement for all that lies ahead. Congratulations to the Paso Robles High School class of 2025. Throughout your high school journey, you have faced a wide array of challenges, some expected, others unforeseen, and yet you persevered. Each of you has accomplished something extraordinary, earning your high school diploma. Let that accomplishment shine within you, lighting your path forward. Graduates, the challenges and adversity you have overcome will not disappear. For some, they may even intensify. But hold tightly to these moments of victory and carry them with you when times get tough. In 1920, poet William Ernest Henley wrote Invictus, telling the story of a narrator who faced great trials yet remained strong. He said, "In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced or cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed." Graduates, always hold your heads high. You have accomplished so much. For those who may not know, the class of 2025 includes 7 students attending Cal Poly, 19 committed to military service, and scores more enrolled at 30 different colleges across California, including UC Berkeley, UCLA, UC San Diego, and UCSB. You will also be attending schools in 10 different states and 1 even internationally. At least 150 of you are taking advantage of the Quest to Promise, and that is the only beginning of your achievements. Last week alone, you earned nearly $350,000 in scholarships. Earlier this week, 225 of you received a remarkable 734 awards at awards night. That is truly incredible. You have broken school records in sport after sport, brought home championships, earned gold medals at Schools USA, and helped make our agriculture program one of the best in the state. But beyond that, graduates, you've shown kindness. I have witnessed you support your fellow students and teachers day after day. I've seen your laughter with friends during nutrition and lunch breaks. And believe it or not, these kids are not on their phones. They are looking at their friends, they are talking, they are engaging, and they are just being good humans. I've seen you work together in classrooms, ensuring everyone understood the assignment that was being told. And last week, I got to see you at Senior Sunset, filled with pure joy, allowing yourselves to simply be kids for a few precious hours. Henley ends Invictus with these few powerful words: "I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." Today, graduates, you become the masters of your own fate. You became the captains of your own soul. Go out into the world and make every day count. Set aside your fears and show everyone the strength and spirit of being a Paso Robles Bearcat. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Please join us in welcoming one of our great student leaders, Senior Class President, Matthew Thesuria.
Hello? Hi, class of 2025. Let me tell you a little something. People don't expect kids like me to graduate or make it that far in life. People expect the person to speak at graduation, to get straight A's, do weeks worth of volunteer community service. You know, the types of kids to get the key to the town or something. And I'm not one of those senior superstars, and yet here I am, standing here in front of all of you today. I'm about to go off to college, study zoology, and I wouldn't have made it if I didn't have perseverance, something I learned through my family. When they got to this country with nothing but perseverance and their dream to make it out of poverty in the US, that dream along with hours turned years of hard work got them food on the plate. When my mom was called slurs during COVID, did that stop her grinding her work? Hell no. She didn't listen to them. Instead, she kept her eyes on the prize to transform this bad situation to a good one. I'll never meet a more mentally strong person in my life. She went through hell and back to bring me to where I am today. And that's for all of you. I know that you all have someone out there that inspires you, someone that went through the worst of it just to see you shine. And if you don't, there will always be someone out there who will bring out the best in you. Someone who makes sure you feel like a part of something and make sure your goals become a reality. Throughout these long 4 years, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have these people to help me on my journey. I wonder every day of my life what my life would look like if I didn't have these kind, supportive people there to help me. I'm glad that during orientation, I branched out of my normal friend group and tried to become friends with someone new. He's still one of my closest friends today, and during my lowest moments, he told me to always keep my chin up. And from then on, I kept surrounding my circle with amazing people who helped me be the most authentic version of myself, and those who always pushed me to become better. Friends, families, and peers who given me the willpower to persevere even during my darkest times. And from there, I realized what a difference this whole high school experience has made. Seeing how much we've grown, matured, and developed throughout high school, it's easy to let these things go unnoticed, but the people on the outside that help sculpt that version of you for sure have. You see, if our freshman selves saw us today, they would be in complete awe. I'm sure we've all had our mess ups, hardships, and hell, we were able to have that character development and push through those obstacles to become and grow to who we are today. Thank you.
Please join us in welcoming our next great student leader, Associated Student Body President, Brandon Nguyen.
All right. Good evening, families and graduates. I am so glad to have you here today to celebrate an amazing accomplishment. I want to start off like how most speeches start and give my thank yous. I first want to thank my parents for all of their hard work and dedication to help me through my years of life. I wanted to also give big thanks to my older sister, Casey, who would be the one who was by my side for the big majority of my life. Her guidance, advice, and jokes were the things that allowed me to be who I am right now. And my final thank you to the community of Paso Robles, allowing me to volunteer, being ever so kind, and allowing me to gain more insight into what a community is meant to look like. Now I'm going to get to my actual speech. I promise you I'm not going to quote a famous author or say we're all on a journey because you've lived through this high school life with me already. Instead, let's have one last honest conversation before we step into what's next. In my opinion, the class of 2025 has been through a lot of different changes. We were the first to get a test run open campus for seniors. The parking lot was always jam-packed. And of course, during our COVID years, we had to have those Zoom days where our biggest worry was whether our Wi-Fi would crash during a pop quiz. What about our rushing to grab a parking spot only to circle the lot 3 times because everyone else was trying to do the same thing? Each of us has a story about late-night cram sessions fueled with tons of caffeine. We've sat through pep rallies, walked across this campus for the last time, wondering what's next. If there's one thing I know about this class, it's that we don't back down from a challenge. We've pushed through AP exams, juggled side jobs, family responsibilities, and figured out how to care for a community of peers who didn't always have someone else to lean on. Flipping the script. Okay. So what's next? Soon, most of us will be going on to new routines, to lectures, meeting our roommates, and maybe finally figuring out how to do laundry without shrinking our favorite shirt. But if we've survived high school, pep rallies, late night cramming, and everything else, then we can survive anything. An early class, deadlines that sneak up on us, and new friendships. I want you to remember this. The confidence you found in finding or helping a classmate understand a tough concept, or the pride you felt when your volunteer project made someone's day, that is what will carry you forward. You are not defined by the number on your transcripts, but by the late night text you sent to a stressed friend, by the decisions you made to keep going even when you felt like giving up, and by the small kindnesses you shared with other people who needed them the most. I said we'd have one last conversation, so here it is. I'm proud of each of you. We laughed, we stressed, we helped one another, and we grew. We aren't graduating with a perfect plan, none of us are. But we have each other's backs. Class of 2025, go make your mark, big or small, and know I'll be right here cheering you on. Thank you.
Serving in our military is both an opportunity and a sacrifice. Students choosing to join the military are not only advancing their own lives, but by doing so are helping preserve our freedom. Please welcome HT2 Delgado, who will be acknowledging our seniors who have dedicated themselves to serving in the U.S. military.
Good evening, Bearcats. Tonight we gather at War Memorial Stadium. If you look to the base of the flagpole in the south end of the stadium, you will find a small plaque that states, in 1947, this stadium was dedicated to those Bearcats that paid the ultimate price for the freedoms we all enjoy. Since the city of Paso Robles was incorporated in 1889, Bearcats have answered the call to serve. We would like to take this opportunity to recognize those Bearcats that have made the choice to enlist in the armed forces. They will enter the world's strongest military with the most sophisticated technology available. This technology is operated by young people willing to go into harm's way to defend us. These valiant young men and women will protect us and our way of life. Bearcats, please stand and remain standing as I read your names. Serving in the U.S. Air Force, Asil Mendoza, ROTC. Gavin Natali. Serving in the United States Army, Caden Kozar. Troy Dawson. Logan Monk. Eric Aguilar. Angel Guara. Christopher Garcia Esquivalas. Zahara Zaharia. Rosa, sorry. Juan David Campos Alves. Luis Angel Morio Martinez. Serving in the U.S. Marine Corps, Dominic Ruiz. Brennan Anderson. Diego Martinez. And serving in the U.S. Navy, Enzi Coronado. Elias Fairburn. And Christian Francis. Service to our nation has always been and will continue to be a noble calling. You will know great joys and great sorrows. You will be physically and mentally tested. But at the end of the day, I hope each of you are proud of the effort and knowledge that you have accomplished something meaningful to this great nation. Alan West said it well. We must never forget why we have and why we need a military. Our armed forces exist solely to ensure our nation is safe so that each and every one of us can sleep soundly knowing we have guardians at the gate. Thank you for your willingness to guard the gate. Stay vigilant, always proud, and never forget, your allegiance is to the Constitution of the United States. Thank you. You may be seated.
There might be a few more because this wasn't the script. Is this the one that did you?
That's the one that you
From
emailed
today?
me. No.
We added a bunch. Sorry, there was a few that were added today, and we want to make sure we recognize them.
Okay, and the last two, serving the U.S. Navy, Diego Malchor and Mason Dewitt. Thank you.
And then all the other ones.
Oh.
That's a different roster.
Sorry, there's a few more. I got them all. That's the Air Force. Okay. Thank you.
I would now like to welcome Gabby Clark to introduce our Seal of Biliteracy recipients.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes a todos. Es un honor estar aquí con ustedes para reconocer a estos estudiantes, que muchos de ellos fueron estudiantes míos en primer grado y algunos en cuarto grado también en la escuela Georgia Brown. Good evening. It is an honor to be here today to recognize these students, as many of these students were former first grade students and fourth grade students at Georgia Brown. With advancement in technology, our huge planet is getting smaller and smaller. The ability to read, write, and speak more than one language is an ever-growing need in the world today. The state of California awards the Seal of Biliteracy to those students who have demonstrated a high level of proficiency in both English and a second language. Students must demonstrate this proficiency by reading, writing, and speaking in two languages to the same high standard. Students earning this award have received a medal, which they are wearing today. They will also have a gold foil seal of biliteracy officially affixed to their diplomas. We are thrilled to announce that we have 49 seniors in our graduating class who have received this medal. Con los avances en la tecnología, nuestro planeta se hace cada vez más pequeño. Hablar, leer y escribir más de un idioma se ha convertido en una necesidad en el mundo de hoy día. El Estado de California otorga un sello que acredita a los estudiantes que demuestran alto nivel de competencia tanto en inglés como en otro idioma. Deben demostrar esta competencia a la hora de hablar, leer y escribir en los dos idiomas. Los estudiantes que superaron estas pruebas recibieron una medalla que hoy lucen. Además, se fijará un sello dorado del Estado de forma oficial a sus diplomas. Nos complace anunciar que este año tenemos 49 estudiantes que reciben este reconocimiento. Will all the Seal of Biliteracy honorees please stand and be recognized? Felicidades. Congratulations. You may be seated. Gracias.
This year, we are excited to announce a Seal of Civic Engagement, our newest recognition for student achievement. Please welcome Christopher Smith to the stage to introduce our class of 2025 Seal of Civic Engagement recipients.
The State Seal of Civic Engagement is awarded to California students who demonstrate excellence in civics, education, and participation. Students must demonstrate productive academic engagement, demonstrate a competent understanding of the U.S. and California constitutions and the role of a citizen in our society, participate in one or more civic engagement projects to address real-world problems, demonstrate civic knowledge, skills, and dispositions through self-reflection, and exhibit character traits that reflect civic-mindedness and commitment to positively impact the classroom, school, community, and/or society. Students earning the Seal of Civic Engagement are recognized with a gold seal permanently affixed to their diploma. This year, we have 3 Bearcats receiving this award. Will all the class of 2025 Seal of Civic Engagement recipients please stand and be recognized? Congratulations again. You may be seated.
Academic rigor and challenge is a cornerstone of public education. Next, we are excited to introduce those students that met this challenge and exceeded everyone's expectations. 72 Bearcats were honored for exemplary performance in academics, achieving a 4.0 GPA or above at the time at Paso Robles High School. That's right, 72, we can cheer for that. At this time, I ask that all of our Top Cat recipients please rise and be recognized for your outstanding performance. Congratulations, you may be seated. Of these Top Cats, 2 stood above the rest. At this time, please join me in welcoming to the stage your Paso Robles High School salutatorian. This Bearcat earned an 4.89 GPA during their 4 years at Paso Robles High School. 8.9 would be impressive, though. I would like to introduce Miss Hannah Burgo.
Good evening, Bearcats. My name is Hannah Burgo, and I have the honor of being the Class of 2025 salutatorian. I feel so grateful and blessed to speak on your behalf today. Families, teachers, friends, neighbors, thank you for all being here tonight. You've been our support system through all of this, cheered for us on the sidelines, picked us up when we're down, and most importantly, pretended to understand our homework when you clearly didn't. Thank you for being by our side. Graduates, it has been an event-filled 4 years. We endured quizzes, tests, papers, games, practices, rallies, group projects where only one person does the work. You know who you are. And of course, submitting that assignment, we procrastinated at exactly 11:59 p.m. I'm not standing up here today because I have all of the answers. None of us do. And if someone does, they're probably making it up. Life is unpredictable. It throws things at us that we never expect. Some great and some not so great. I've learned this. Not having it all figured out is okay. In fact, it's kind of the point. Growth doesn't come from perfection. It comes from failing and fixing and failing and fixing, learning from it, adapting, and laughing along the way. These past 4 years haven't just taught us academic lessons. We've learned how to show up even when we want to call out sick with senioritis. Stay motivated when things get overwhelming. Prove ourselves when others doubt us. And move forward even when we're uncertain of what lies ahead. These skills and character traits show us that we're strong, not invincible, but strong. Not the I bench 2 plates at the gym kind of strong, more like the steady, real-life kind that gets us through hard days. That matters most. Those of you who know me know I'm a little competitive. Okay, a lot of competitive. Like many of you, I wanted victory, titles, scholarships, medals, and awards. And for a while, I really believed that those things defined me as a person, that they would somehow shape me into the best version of myself. This past year has taught me something important, something that I hope you'll carry with you too. Being the best version of yourself doesn't mean checking every box on your resume or collecting every trophy. It's not about constantly proving your worth through titles and recognition. Instead, it's about building a life full of people and moments that bring you absolute joy. It's about being deeply, soulfully fulfilled, not just busy or accomplished. Being your best self doesn't mean chasing worldly accolades. It means choosing to find joy. It means filling your life with people who genuinely make you smile, especially on your worst days. It means waking up excited, not for what you're achieving, but for who you're becoming. Yes, hard work matters, and yes, goals are important. But when we chase success at the expense of our relationships, our well-being, or our peace of mind, we lose sight of why we started in the first place. We all worked hard to get here today, but you miss the point when you focus only on accomplishments and forget to enjoy the people around you. The truth is, some of the most meaningful moments in high school weren't about accomplishments. They were the small, quiet ones, laughing with your teammates during practice, blasting music on the way to Dutch Bros after a big test, or knowing someone had your back when the stresses of growing up got to be too much. So as we walk across this stage tonight into whatever comes next, college, jobs, travel, a comfy bed after this long ceremony, I want to offer this as a reminder. May our futures be guided by what brings us happiness, not just applause. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh, chase passions that light you up inside, and pursue goals that make you feel alive, not just validated. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Do things that make your heart race. And don't just build a future that looks good on the outside. Build one that feels good on the inside. Class of 2025, we are more than our achievements, and our worth is not measured by trophies, grades, or college acceptances. We become our best self by choosing joy, kindness, and purpose. So let's go on with life. Live fully, love deeply, mess up sometimes, and grow because of it. Choose the kind of success that matters. And as my dad always says, strive to be the best version of yourself. Congratulations, Bearcats, and thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. The best of luck in your future endeavors. Next, we would like to invite to the stage our class of 2025 valedictorian. With a 4.95 GPA, please welcome one of our great student leaders, Miss Ava Friedling.
I'm kind of tall, so let me adjust this. Hello, class of 2025. I cannot tell you how many times I've tried to write this speech. From jokes to quotes to this and that, I just couldn't do it. Now, as you may know by this point, I'm normally pretty on top of my assignments, but something was deeply different with this one. I could go on and on up here saying how high school was perfect, everything was a breeze, and we never had trouble finding who we are. But that would be far from the truth. If I can remember correctly, the first thing we are taught in school is that lying is wrong. One more thing we were taught, whether it was by a teacher or by nature, was to find your people. And that's what I would rather focus on today. I can still remember the first day of kindergarten where my one tooth missing smile spread across my face when I saw my best friend, Courtney, sitting across the table making Play-Doh. She was my person, just as everyone else had theirs. I can also remember that as the year came to a close, there were these really tall people with funny dresses and silly hats, almost like the ones we're wearing today. They came and paraded through the halls, and me and the kindergarten class marveled at how cool they were, and we acted almost as if they were superheroes. So in that first year, I learned 3 main things: tell the truth, find your people, and seniors are super cool. As I look into the crowd today, I can confidently say that all 3 of these have come true. Somewhere between then and now, however, we switched Play-Dohs for essays, recess for AP tests, and playing tag with racing out of the parking lot. Yes, somewhere between now and then, we forgot what it was like to beg our parents for playdates and make up silly little dances to convince them of just a few more minutes. Somewhere between then and now, friends group changed, tests got harder, and life got more complex. Somewhere between then and now, I watched my little kindergarten classmates change into overwhelmingly inspiring, courageous, and remarkable individuals. Somewhere in the between, we grew up. And now I want you all to look at the people to your left and right. As you see those sitting next to you, whether that be a new friend, an old friend, someone who you thought you would never be close with, or even someone you can't bear to say goodbye to, whoever it is, recognize that the people by your side are there for a reason. That person is someone who knows better than anyone that these last few years were anything but ordinary. As you look back and forth, you can see that this bond was formed through sacrifice, through laughter, through tears, and through growth. Class of 2025, these people, this bond is, well, I guess was, high school. Now, I may be speaking just for myself, but if kindergarten me knew I would have been close with the extraordinary people in front of me, I would not believe it. If I told little me that I got to see Courtney become an astonishing young woman, just like we had thought, if I told little me that I got to know Hannah, who showed me the epitome of hard work and astounding ambition, and Divvy, who taught me fearless passion and raw talent, or Liv, who taught me how to make the most of every moment, how to laugh until my ribs got soft, and Natalie, who taught me overwhelming courage and how to truly, deeply love, I would not believe you. Sorry. Oh. See, this is what good people do. The people today to your left and right are the people who made high school, who made you, you. I urge us all to take the lessons, memories, and love from the smiles and laughs and tears within these friends into our next chapter. Fight to make more of these memories. Although we may not be in the same place, we are all still forever bonded. All this to say, class of 2025, take these lessons, love, memories, and laughs with you as a testament to the greatness you can foster in your next chapter. Be the person who gives someone else memories that can spark tears of joy or love, just as the ones that have inspired me to write this speech today. Become the teacher who changed your life, who made something right in your world, who gave you unworldly passion, just as Miss Ewing did for me. Be the parent who fills you with endless support and love despite the roller coaster of high school, who shared every cheer and every failure. Be the person to change the world for the better. Yes, there will be fear no matter what anyone tries to say otherwise. Yet in the face of fear comes courage, and with courage comes triumph. Whatever you do, please do it with passion. We couldn't have gotten here without a little of it. We get our passion from the people to our left and right, our support systems. As for me, I'd like to thank my outstanding family for showing me that anything is possible and for never, ever letting me believe it wasn't. Without you, Mom, Dad, Ryan, and Grammy, I would not be able to stand here today, have the extraordinary opportunities within these past 4 years, or have even had the courage to dream. I thank my phenomenal friends and teachers who gave me the hope to love and to get where I'm standing and speaking now. And I thank the little me for keeping a fire of passion to help other people, for pushing me to become the version of myself little me would be astounded by. I want to conclude with a cheesy quote because what's a valedictorian speech without it? As Beth said in The Perks of Being a Wallflower, these will all be stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs, and we'll all become somebody's mom or dad. But right now, these moments are not stories. This is happening. Don't let this story of your unique character, unheard of determination, and wonderful friendships end. Keep the memories alive. Make mistakes, say yes, and be ready for fear. Be okay with being scared because that means you are growing. With fear comes courage, so be courageous. Be the you that your little self would have thought was a superhero, just as we did in 2012, watching the graduates parade through the echoes of kindergarten, an accomplishment we thought was so far away. But look where we are now. So class of 2025, after 2,102,400 minutes, so many tears, so many laughs, and so many mistakes, understand that finally, in this moment, we are infinite. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Ava. You make the Bearcats incredibly proud, and we can't wait to learn of your future accomplishments. Now we'd like to have Principal Megan Fletcher and President of the Paso Robles Joint Unified School District Board of Trustees, Mr. Jim Cogan, please come forward.
Board President Cogan and members of the Paso Robles Joint Unified School Board, I would like to present the class of 2025. They have all met all graduation requirements as set forth by the state of California and the Paso Robles Joint Unified School District Board of Trustees. On this Friday, June 6th, I present to you the Paso Robles High School graduating class of 2025.
Principal Fletcher, on behalf of the Paso Robles Joint Unified School District Board of Trustees, we very proudly accept the graduating class of 2025 from Paso Robles High School. Congratulations.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas for the Paso Robles High School class of 2025. Ashlyn Leanne Domingos. Megan Hope Souza. Zoe Abigail Burkle. Haley Jane Hansen. Courtney Grace Taylor. Natalie Isabel Dewhurst. Kenyon Harlem Rickson. Cody William Van Horbeck. Gundega Parbeze. Olivia Rose Heinbeck. Ava Corinne Friedling. Hannah Stephanie Burgo.
Luke Anthony Esparza. Jocelyn Soto Garcia. Stephanie Martinez. Leticia Velasquez. Lizbeth Salcedo Cuaro. Zaire Jael Machado Vegas. Sean Matthew Palma. Jasmine Ruiz. Anna Chavez. Natalia Alberto. Ana Murillo. Liliana Floyd. Melissa Morales Torres. Miriam McGregor. Trent LaBounty. Isabella Ariana Rendon. Kylie Danielle Nancolas. Stephanie Rose Roman Sabarin. Baricia Nayeli Centeno. Alondra Guadalupe Anguiano. Melanie Moreno. Brandon Kwa Win. Anthony David Williams. Lathan Patrick Moore. Kyle Milton Dart. Brandon Ryan McWilliams. Ethan Anthony Castelli. Jesus Gonzalez. Daniel Anthony Cabrera Narez. Bryant Alexander Luna. Brennan Lloyd Anderson. Arismenti Romeo Garcia Garcia. Naya Masai Montgomery. Dominic Ruiz. Ryan John Prickett. Robert Daniel Hernandez. Colton David Arguelles. Chelsea Renee Hoyt. Zoe Cooper Amon.
Summer Jean Colgrove. Haley Chanel Williams. Susan Elizabeth Thomas. No. Liza Keppins. Madeline May Pintor.
Say it more enthusiastically.
Kiana Marie Martinez. Leland? Samuel Leland Daniels.
You can say the middle name of
Jose Ricardo Bustamante.
Hugh Dietrich.
Stone Hugh Dietrich. Trenton Casa?
Yeah.
Okay. Trenton Casa. Mason Thomas Fotheringham. Logan Sullivan. You want Michael? Yes. Landon Michael Cook. Do you want all of it? Braden Michael Hoyer. Brandon Keith Clements. You want Theodore? Aiden Theodore Twisselman. Jeremiah. Cleo Jeremiah Mercado. Gabriel Alexander Mendez. Justin Cash Longager. Is there?
No, just read those two names.
Okay. Lane Gardner. Harsh Tushar Kumarman. Amin. Lucas Jean Anderson. Sloan Beasley. Josie Kayleen Crank. Anthony James Moretto.
DeSonia, yeah.
Justin David DeSonia. Jonathan Michael Druding. Isaiah?
Yeah, Isaiah.
Angel Isaiah Guerra. Natolai? Okay. Gavin Grady Natolai. Matthias James Willis.
Adana Segrist?
Yeah.
Adana Charles Segrist.
Melgoza? Christopher
Christopher
Melgoza?
Luis Melgoza.
Magana?
Magana.
Magagne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magana.
Magana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacob Isaac Magana.
Dwayne.
Logan Dwayne Van Pelt.
That's Macca.
Corbin.
Macca.
Yeah. Macca?
Yeah.
Corbin Brent Macca.
Omari Constantine Daniloff.
Constantine Daniloff?
Omari Constantine Daniloff.
All right. Omari Constantine Daniloff. Alexandra Corinne Herrera.
Taisuria?
Matthew Taisoria. Benjamin Tyler Sutton. J. Marie Cota. Cadence Lee Buckholtz.
Amadeo?
Santiago Amadeo Ordonez. Cameron Sean Pagnini. Gabriel Elias Ward. Ezra Steven Smeltzer.
Napolitano?
Vincent Patrick Napolitano. Garrett Donald Hagmark. Drace Van Ty.
Scarlett Grace Domangini. Alyssa Lynn Wesley. Sam Angelina Lasella. Erin Lucille Rowans. Elizabeth Ann Higgins. Shekinah Val Brawley. Grace Payton Tellian. Shane G. Mullenix. Diviana Lucia Emmons. Giovanni Rendon. Skylar Sage Collins. Elijah Lawrence Jordan. Amy Elizabeth Ayala. America Nicole Vega Torres. Margot Jean Clow. Meraldi Montserrat Angeles Granados. Oliver Mitchell Cruel. Mackay John Jones. Adelaide Ray Quelo. Mackenzie Ann Shreen.
Jordan Nicole Hammond.
Alexander Kindle Ventura. Madison K. Shepard. Lexi Lynn Steelman.
Wendy Aragon Raga. Yuritza Nicole Sanchez Ramos. Yuritza Marcial Albino. Sebastian Diaz Torres. Janice Navarez Contreras. Kiana Duran. Jamin Montez Cruz. Luca Gabi. Quentin Ruby Allen Qatar. Dallin Lake Westerland. Caden William Kazar. Jackson John Kazar. Jonathan Ray Everett Butler. Lucille Rose Velarde. Dulce Rendon. David Alamo Herrera. Sherilyn Trujillo Martinez. Sean Christopher Van Sickle. Cody Robert Woodworth. Angel Salinas.
Thank you, Ms. K.
Christopher Tornaz Garcia. Ava Marie Potter. Emily Catherine Clemens.
Say it with some power, Ms. K.
Armando Samuel Solis Villarreal. Alberto Manuel Alvarado Gomez. Irving Gael Martinez. Juan Angel Lopez.
Elijah James Lambert. David Sarate Cruz. Ezekiel David Rodriguez. Calvin Lee. Jesus David Montes Gallen. Zayden Gregorio Hurtado.
It's Justin.
Justin Dallas Glass. Ronan James Akey.
My last name's Camarillo.
Yes, sir. David Steve Camarillo. Hannah Elizabeth Aguirre. Amelia K. Olivo. Darren Everett Lamar. Haley Marie Hughes. Emily Joy McNeil. Chandler Danielle Schaefer. Zechariah Matthew Rosas. Holly Rhiannon Marie Coakley.
Do you need help reading it?
Ryan Robert Lee. Katrina May Maribella Chavez. Brooke Jean Catteray. Parker Olin Craig. Jordan Wade Costa. Wyatt Johnson. Micah David Yanez. Brandon Presley England. Cruz Andrew Lazzaroni Tamayo. Amy Lenore Rose Sordia. Michelle Galvez. Orquídea Leon Garcia. Adolfo Angel Guzman Mendoza. Andrew Alexis Perez. Alicia Guadalupe Lopez.
Zaylee Nightshade Connor. Stephen Owen Gomez. Giselle Chavez. Jasmine Guadalupe Siricuti Guerrero. Kaylee Isabel Herrera Cortés. Jocelyn Guerrero. Imelda Campoverde Aguilar. Xochitl Kimberly Aguilar. Rubí Guadalupe Aguilar. Daphne Yaritza Valdés. Jimena Malagón.
Let's go, Jimena!
Luis Ángel Murillo Martínez.
Kennedy Susan Myrick. Maria Ureli Hernandez Castillo. Krista Nicole Kelly. Jocelyn Isabel Cabrera Paz. Jocelyn Isabella Rodriguez. Julissa Rangel. Leah Renee Speth. Andrea Paula Ramos. Leah Behar Rico. Colton Adam Runstrom. Adam Patrick Juarez.
Toronto.
Joseph Edward Toronto. Violet Grace Garcia.
Here you go, Miss Roberts. How are you?
Troy Lee Dawson Jr. Preston William Cleaver. Malachi John Dunlap. Logan William Alcott. Logan Jeffrey Branson. Jaden Douglas O'Farrell. Diego Martinez. Hector Manuel Flores. Alexander Chavez. Isai Alvarez. Julian Malagon.
Leonel Jesus Romero. Mason Walker DeWitt. Eric Chavez Espinoza. Natalie Rodriguez. Diana Espero Quinones. Esmeralda Mendez. Andrew Jordan Mandito. Avery Grace Mathers. Antonio Corrado Landin. Diego Melcher Alto Morano. Aiden Alexander Menvedev. Drew Kyle Kastner. Elias Daniel Fairburn. Evan Stanley Renstrom. Isaiah Gates. Herben Leonel Reyes Rodriguez. Aiden Pierre. Christian Francis Morales.
Tony Van. Tyler James Delac. Thomas Kenneth Hill.
It's Ventura, by the way.
Daniel Ventura Espinoza. Phoebe Ann Leonard. Elliot Ever Crames.
Rachel Ainsley Irvine. Gabrielle Rayanne Higuera. Faith Raisa Patterson Ban. Juliana Saadhi Mendoza Carlos. Brooklyn Grace Holloway Escalante. Anthony Jacob Ramirez. Martin Neveres. Iker Angel Saricolea Hernandez. Leonardo Velasquez Nava. Joseph Martinez. Jesus Javier Ortega. Juan David Campos Aviles. Aliyah Mariah Carter Harris. Genevieve Reina Quesada. Evelyn Rosales Celestino. Brian Solis Hernandez. Irvin Gonzalez. Naralise Canales Lopez. Ashley Mele Garcia. Marian Villanueva. Sorry, Marian. Karen Jeanette Mendez Ramirez. Ana Castillo. Vanessa Ariana Ariola. Felipe Neri Barajas.
Dylan Thomas Sislo. Joseph Vincent Neto Jr. Stone Thomas Swanson. Joseph Gabriel Ulrich. Eduardo Ruben Caro. Colton Stanley Ney. Madison Michelle Pritchett. Samantha Joe Bedwell. Kiana Marie Keogh. Riley Ann Aguilar. Sydney Lynn Melindy. Alexis Reese Hickey. Cole Harvey Amon. Lucas Ray Vertrees. Cassidy Leanne Here. Naomi Velasco. Angel Daniel Contreras Delgado.
Adon Yair Morales. Hannah Louise Rougeau. Abigail Marie Haynes. Preston Haig Luster. Kylie Rose Troy. Alexia Danielle Mendoza. Layla Blue Aleko.
Daniel Ángel Solano Basurto. Leticia Solano Basurto. Claudia León Hernández. Isabel Chávez García. Eric Alexander Aguilar Uribe. Filiberto Milán González. Sergio Rafael Guerra López. Emanuel Pérez Rocha. Braulio Jesús Trejo Reyes. Gonzalo Reina García. Josué Castro Rodríguez. Celso González Ortega.
Catherine Angeles Sanchez. Abigail Lynn Fawcett. Ariana Alexis Cassinger. Gabriela Monique Valencia. Jocelyn Aguilar Romero. Sofía Camila Garcia Manzo. Renata Pérez Castillo. Gabriela Stefan Verduzco Solorio. Sydney Melia Nickel. Valeria Echeverría. Citlali Ábalos. Eduardo López.
Bartolo Alexis Sarato Lucatero. Briseida Natalie Virgen Magallon. Flor Montserrat Velasquez Rodriguez. Denise Esther de la Cruz Lopez. Do you have your card? Cecily Cisneros. Noemi Basurto. Ashley Judith Hernandez Davila. Atsiri Celeste Padilla Carrillo. Jimena Lopez Castañeda. Carmen Esther Bedoya. Kayla Carbajal. Yanitzia Marie Bolanos. Maite Guadalupe Dueñas. Edgar Efren Castaneda. Michelle Santiago. Brianna Escobar Martinez. Brenda Santiago Rios. Maritza Lizette Hernandez Reyes. Emilio Valentin Cardenas. Reese Marie Jaregui. Ava Iona Burr. Priscilla Riley Utter. Kyla Brianne McKee.
Roman Xavier Reyes Tabarez. Edgar Augustine Anducho Silva. Ethan Michael Reed. Karen Itzel Diaz Villa. Ian Christian Rowlett. Brian Carmona. Myra June Salazar. Sarah Brizay Chavez Alarcon. Shali Janea Dominguez. Everardo Colores Garcia. Ana Santiago Mateo. Julio Cesar Santis Avalos Jr. Ezekiel Kawela Kakoa Portney. Ryan Alexander Griggs. Erid Garcia Vasquez. Caitlin Cooper Azell. Matthew James Carlson. Elijah Michael Hernandez. Christopher Garcia Esquives. Enzi Manuel Coronado. Angel Luis Coronado. Christian Moreno. Roxalyn Martinez. All right.
Jack Thomas Clark. Phoenix Clay Hart. Avery Jackson Cooper. Kaylee Lynn Bales. Gage Forrest Colwell. Isaiah Matthews Sparks. Samuel Alexander Hernandez Soto. Nicholas Leland Campa. Asiel Benjamin Mendoza. Logan Christopher Monk. Leslie Morales. Johan Gutierrez Aldan. Sarah Ailey Zavala. Dalton Michael Wahlberg. Fernando Ochoa Cortez. Giorgio Nadras. Davin John Nichols. Martin Olivo. Rami Claude Luis Poco. Uriel Alejandro Ramirez. Brody Benjamin Rayner. Hayden Nicholas Rohde. Ignacio Ruiz Anguiano. Alberto Raúl Sanchez. Dallin Jeremy Dyer. Maxwell Storm Jackson. Joshua Nathan Condit. Lucas Jose Puga. Omari R. Brooks.
Should I go or just? Okay. As our 127th commencement draws to a close, please stand and join Forte in singing our alma mater.
Congratulations, class of 2025. You may now turn your tassel from right to left.